Good afternoon, this is Robin Bieber on the European Midday Roundup and Good Morning America chart talk on the 6th of May at 12 o'clock in the morning London time. The chart in front of us is July Brent, and you can see in the unshaded area here today's action so far. Pretty impressive. It put on huge gains yesterday and have given none of them back, and in fact have moved on and higher. So a pretty impressive performance, generally speaking, across the board here. True of RBOB as well. Pulled back a little bit earlier this morning and is now pushing higher. And this is an indication of a strong market, albeit it is susceptible to a dip later on today. But the hourly stochastic is suggesting still more strength yet. And if we just take it contract by contract, but we'll first of all look at first line continuation RBOB, because that holds the clues. This is first line continuation, and we'll just make it a little bit bigger, but basically it's over the 55-day moving average at around 90.10. Whilst over there, further upside is likely, and this is likely also to be felt vicariously by the rest. So over 90.12, and we have a target 2, and we go back to the contract chart, 95.18, the 55-day moving average. So there's some upside developing on the RBOB, which is going to be infectious for the rest. So let's have a look at WTI. WTI also, we need to look at the first line continuation, and here you've got 25.17. We're printing 25.45. This was the target hit yesterday, and it's the 61.8% correction point of the move 65.65 down to minus 40.32, a memorable number. Now, whilst over 25.17, it maintains a target higher to around 27.50 area, the 55-day moving average. It must stay over this 25.17 level though, in order to maintain the upside. Brent, meanwhile, and we look at the continuation chart, is steady and making its way towards 33.85. And if RBOB stays over 91.10 and WTI over 25.17, that becomes a valid target, 33.85. And after that, 36.08, the 55-day moving average on the contract. And if we look at heating oil, it's done pretty well too. It's right up at its 34-day moving average on the continuation, first line continuation at 91.16. If it can move and close over there, and that was its target, if it can move and close over there, it acquires a target to the contract 34-day moving average at 94.55. So there's upside generally developing here. And although prone to the odd dip, the market looks extremely steady. And gas oil, both contracts, the first line continuation and May gas oil, are above their 21-day moving averages and look like heading for the 234-day moving averages of 263.75 area and 265.75. So I would not be surprised to see it moving up to those levels. So very steady performance on the flat price. Keep an eye on the key pivot points. 91.10 RBOB, 25.17 WTI. Those moves and closes over those two levels validate targets higher on all contracts. If we just have a quick look at the front end structure, WTI. The June-July is heading towards 107. It's above the minus 218.55 day. It's getting a little bit toppy, so don't be surprised if you look at this chart here. Getting a little bit toppy for this afternoon, so don't be surprised by a pullback on the June-July. And the July-August has hit its target to 146. No further targets higher for the moment. On Brent, July-August running up to minus 66. Getting a bit overdone on the hourly chart, so don't be surprised to find it a bit of a struggle as it gets up there. And the August set has hit its target to 81. In fact, that's been the high, and it's beginning to look a little bit toppy. So don't be surprised by a pullback on both these front-end spreads, on all four front-end spreads, to narrow the 5-day gap. And back-end structure, red deck WTI, nice and stable, hit its target to 323, lower minus 325 is good enough. The 55-day moving average, it's hit that target, no further targets until we can move and close over there, and we may well need to narrow the 5-day gap here. And the red deck on Brent, edging up to 354, the 55-day moving average. It'll probably hit that at some point this afternoon, but beginning to get a little bit toppy. So don't be surprised by the odd dip back, but the market performance this morning is good, positive. Holding on to gains after such a big move yesterday is pretty unusual and an indication of pent-up upside energy. The likelihood is higher numbers with the odd dip. That's all for today. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.